Alright, what's up everybody? Sorry, I'm a little bit late. I'm like 15 seconds late. How's it going? Welcome to the Speed Gaming Daily Race. We've got Hydropower 78 and IR Godzilla here on the restream. We are just running standard mode today, I believe. So we're gonna be running through the escape sequence here. Uncle's gonna give us a thing. And we're gonna save the princess, guys. We're gonna do it. Right from the start. It's gonna be awesome. Yo, that's a pretty great starting weapon, and the 50 rupees out of the first chest is nothing to sneeze at either. So, bow is absolutely great starting weapon. One of my favorites. Well, one is just, plain strong. It's a great weapon to have from the start of the game. You get a lot of ammo for it, so you have a lot of room for error. And it's, I believe, famously one of the more awful items to have as your go mode item, just because how little it blocks off. It's comparable to the ice rod, I feel, in that regard. See, hydropower is showing us what's going on here. You can fire randomly the bow and not even worry about it. You just get 30 arrows from the start. It's pretty great. Shouldn't be too difficult to find a bomb. In fact, hydropower just finds 9 right there in that small hallway. Very nice. The screen guards pan up today. Oh, something's going on. I don't know what's going on. Are we changing the layout? I have no idea what was in that chest just now. Please stand by. Technical issues. It's alright, we'll get it sorted out. This is fine. Don't worry. Just having a couple issues changing up the layout here. We will get it all started. Hey, we're back. Alright, so I might have made a little bit of a mistake here. We're actually watching 4 racers today. We got Eddie in the bottom left and Frodo McLovin in the bottom right here. And I believe we found the boots somewhere. That's a pretty great early find. You might not find people that are used to boot movement in the castle. You might see a few extra bonks here just because of how rare it is to have them this early. I believe in this room that Godzira's in, you can actually dash downward and take that kind of longer path. There's a lot more straightaways to dash. It might actually be faster. I'm not positive, but it is an alternate path you can take with the boots to kind of avoid the guards right there. And the flute was in Zelda's cell too? Holy moly. Yeah, Frodo took that little path. There we go. So, 2 of the best movement items in the boots and the flute obtained right away before we even leave Sanctuary. I hope people remember to check out the bonk rocks on their way to the Lost Woods and stuff. I wonder if they found anything else. They have the key already, so I think that was about it. So we'll get some in the sewers in the back. Everyone has bombs, maybe? Oh, Godzilla is missing bombs, it seems. It was really early in the Green Guard drop, their item drop pack, so I'm not exactly sure if he killed any. I mean, I saw 1 and 8 right by each other. Am I back? Oh my gosh, I'm very sorry about that. Seems this time it's my internet being the problem. Well, we got all the goodies in the front of Escape, so it wouldn't surprise me if the back of Escape isn't so hot, and it doesn't seem to be. But that's okay. I guess you can't win them all. I think the boots and the flute and the bow are good enough. And with just the 20 in the sanctuary itself to get close enough. Oh, I guess Godzilla did end up getting that nice bomb drop, so that's good. That would have been pretty annoying to have to come all the way back there just for those trash items. Tell you how much I love finding the ice rod. They didn't find the ice rod. They did find the ice rod. What the heck? You got me. Big fan, gotta say. And the book from the Bonk Rocks. Wow. Someone's gonna loop up and check the pedestal right now. You know they are. Oh, I saw a really quick map check there. We had Eastern Palace as a crystal, Hera as a crystal, and Desert was a pendant? Is that right? Yes, and the green pendant, in fact. There were normal crystals at Eastern Hera. Crabs dropping 5 rupees. Not the best, but still not bad when you don't really have much money anyway. There's a bee on the ledge there. I really hope everyone goes and grabs that. I want as few people to check that as possible, because with the boots you may be inclined just to blind check it later on. And if they do, they'll get that bee, and that'd be pretty cool. Hydra farming up some rupees here. Gotta make sure he has absolutely all the rupees he needs early on. With the boots, you might be able to actually do a water walk come when you get down to Ice Rod Cave and such, so it may be somewhat feasible that he might have enough to do Zora at the time, depending on what we find here in town, but there's really not much time to do that, and with that extra farming, it only, you know, makes that chance a little bit higher there. We're gonna need a 300 drop somewhere to get there, I'm pretty sure. So Eddie M did end up checking the pedestal, and it is just a heart piece. Sorry for all you watchers who enjoy those all dungeon pedestal seeds, but pedestal will not be the reason we're doing all dungeons today. We might still end up doing that, we'll see. Never know where those items fall. So there wasn't much in Blind's Head, I don't believe. And here in the well, we have... Oh. Nothing. Great. But we did end up finding a bottle. A green potion's not that bad. We'll be able to check the sick kid before leaving town here. And as fast as it is to get back to town... Hey, there's 300 rupees. Unfortunately, we had to spend 100 to get them. So I don't know how much closer to Zora that's really going to get us. The blue mail's pretty fine, too. When you're dashing around without a sword, you're going to run into some enemies that you didn't mean to, so any sort of defenses would be just fine. Alright, sick kid, what we got? 10 arrows. Well, if we weren't already, you know, close to the max on arrows, that'd be just fine, but I suppose the bow is our only meaningful weapon right now. You never know how many shots you're going to take to kill those mini Moldorms down in Mini Moldorm Cave. They're so kind of wiggly down there, it's a little hard to hit them with the bow. But, we'll see how it goes. But at least with all the bomb drops we found and like the 8 or so we got coming out of Escape, we won't have to spend money on bombs, so that's pretty nice here. We did get a 50 drop or so Higher Godzilla having the over 400 rupees already, so actually water walking to Zora might actually be feasible if we can manage to scrounge up just a little bit more from Mini Moldorm Cave or on the way to Ice Rod Cave. And even if we find a glove, we'll be able to farm those extra rupees that are right below Ice Rod Cave if they so desire. So that'd be really actually not bad to find glove right now, even though it doesn't really unlock anything too much else right now. Godzilla going for the blind race check here while Frodo just runs and checks it out beforehand. So it is just a 20 rupee drop, but being as close to 500 as they are, it wouldn't surprise me if he just goes in and grabs that. Just in the small chance. Oh, Frodo actually just fluted straight to the cave here, Ice Rod Cave here. I guess flute does give you that ability. I guess not thinking about the water walk then, unless you get super lucky with a 300 here. I mean, it's just as good, right? We just talked about this. Is he gonna farm the rupees to go to Zora? Nope, he's out of here. That's fine. Alright, well, Godzilla decided to go straight to the Eastern Palace area. Nothing out of the Sahasrara chests right there. Is he gonna go all the way to Eastern? Nah, he's out of here. Going there first can give you, I guess, a small advantage, because you might actually see runners put that off for a little bit, considering the sheer number of items on the way to Ice Rod Cave. By that time, you're probably going to find something that unlocks more stuff, and then that'll push you further away from those Eastern Palace chests that are actually pretty, well, I mean, available from the start of the game, right? They can be just about anything to get you started, but I can definitely see the value in checking them early. I really can. It's just not something I usually get around to doing as much as I always want to. 100 drop right outside the dam is actually pretty nice. So that actually does give us Zora money. That's crazy. We just got enough. So if people want to do that water walk, or perhaps even fake full pursuit if they don't know the water walk. Oh, I guess without the Moon Pearl, that might be a little bit of a sketchy issue there. It might be a little less attractive. Where was Glove? Glove was in the Ice Rod Cave, so I would assume everyone's going to find it, considering there's not really much other, no other item unlocking items we've really found down here, right? 'Cause sometimes if you find something that, say you find the lamp, or, the mirror, I would say, because you have the flute right now to get the Hera. If you found that in Mini Moldorm Cave, maybe people will put off Ice Rod Cave, especially considering they have the flute to get back there anytime. It wouldn't surprise me if anyone skipped that just to come back later. But I think Desert's really the only other place that we're getting tugged to right now, so I would assume everyone goes and gets that glove fairly quickly. And in fact, Frodo is going to go head up to Desert Palace right now. Yeah, with the book in hand and the boots, I could definitely see Desert having something of value that's locked behind the torch. We won't be able to get to the boss right away because we do not have fire. But maybe that's here. If we did have fire, we could definitely go fight land walls right now. And good. Our left side of the stream looks like they're chasing each other down. We're both be getting the glove right away. Very nice. Godzilla opting to check out the Aguinus Cave first here, maybe hoping for a last ditch on fire so he wouldn't have to double dip the dungeon. And funny enough, we did see the big key and the compass on the right side of Desert, so it was not actually fire locked, or I'm sorry, boots locked. The whole dungeon wasn't boots locked. So surely there has to be something on the torch, right? Yeah, okay, yeah, that's pretty good. And what's our hint say? No, no, Frodo, turn around, check the hint. Oh no. It's alright, I believe in Godzilla, he'll check it. Oh, it looks like Hydra and Edrium both doing the water walk here, so we will be able to see what Zora has here very shortly. And there was just 10 arrows in the big chest at Desert Palace I saw, so that's not gonna be... Desert Palace is empty. We found both items from there already. Ooh, Hydra took a little walk there and has fallen back into the water. That's okay. What was that? Ether? Ether Medallion was on the waterway, the whole ledge there on Zora. While Zora himself is a little stingy today, that's fine. The hobo had a nice 300 ruby drop, so we have now even more money. Jeez. And Agnes Cave was just a heart piece, so we can't actually get to Land Moles yet without that fire source, but hey, Titan's Mit's pretty good, although... Where's that Moon Pearl, huh? If we had that, that'd be a pretty good thing here. Eastern Palace is looking pretty good. Hydra's got the right idea. I think King's Tomb might actually be a pretty good candidate right now as well. I could see like the at least 5 items up here from Eastern Palace being pretty favorable check right now. And Frodo, thanks, man. You have just you speak to me, dude. Going straight to King's Tomb, finding that Moon Pearl. There's your Dark World access. And making all of the moves I feel like I would do. Correct or not, they're doing what I would like to do. Alright, here's our Dark World map check. 6 crystal in Pod, 5 crystal in Thieves Town, and 2 pendants at Turtle Rock and Ice Palace. See the Bamos medallion as the medallion for Misery Mire. We will need to find that. And now we have the shed here check. Ooh, well, Godzilla checking that hint in Desert Palace does find out there is nothing of value in the Mimic Cave. I mean, I guess it's cash, so cash does have some value, but not quite what we're looking for. Yes, it was Bamos. Misery Mire is Bamos. And Hydra is going to be our first player here in Eastern Palace. We'll be able to see if there's anything extra in here that might give them an edge. We know it's not going to be needed for Dark World access at any capacity because we have those myths and we know where the Moon Pearl is. It ain't here. And Edium will be the first to check out the Death Mountain area. Did save the old man. I totally missed what the old man gave. But we'll be able to check out the Spectacle Rock item inside and on top, I suppose. And be able to get that hint in here as well. So there's Godzilla's Moon Pearl, and then he will be trailing just behind Frodo, who is entering the Village of Outcast dungeons right now. With his single rupee from the chest game. I'd say a piece of heart was in Tower of Hera. I only missed. Here, let me see if I can catch that on the restream. A piece of heart is in Tower of Hera. Well, that doesn't really help too much. Though it might be able to help you if that heart piece happens to be in the basement. You'll be able to write that off, right? And it does seem like our big red bomb today from Crystals 5 and 6 also are of not much value. We got a sword. Frodo found a sword. Yo, that's pretty good. He chopped down those bushes outside of the brewery there, but he didn't chop the one that has the bomb in it. That's fine. There's so many subtle little bomb pots and stuff, or bomb bushes and under rocks and stuff. It's hard. It's difficult to remember them all, trust me. Alright, digging game. 1 to 30 digs, we'll be able to get our prize from this. I think he's avoiding Thieves Town right now, which is fine. It's a little difficult to make the play into Thieves Town when you don't have the hammer. It's definitely difficult to do. And with the flute and mitts, it'll be very quick to get back here if we so desire. But IR Godzilla is deciding to hop in. So we'll be able to see if maybe the hammer is actually in here. That would be a pretty good find, I think, at this point, because I think some players are going to be avoiding this just because of the ease in getting back. Oop! Jumps off a little bit early there. Has to go back up to get that chest. Frodo is actually going to save the frog here. Going to be taking him on a little tour down to the Hype Cave, the so-called Hype Cave. We'll see how it actually is today. And then we'll need to save and quit to bring him back. I heard Godzilla pause for a second there. I think he was deciding if he wanted to keep going or not. Did just get the map here, so nothing to value. Hydropower, meanwhile, did get through the Dark Room of Easter Pass. Will be our first player to take down the Armos Knights. With this being a crystal, he will have to do this anyway. So it's fine to get it out of the way your first time here, though that dark room can be a little scary, especially when you don't have any way of lighting the torches, like with the fire rod, or having any sort of sword to make that first room a little easier, but he seems to get through it. Not too much issue here. Godzilla did take a death. It seemed Thieves Town just gonna opt to come back later. Eyes in the bottom right for Frodo. We are getting into Hype Cave. Just get some bombs to start out with. The tree guy had the hammer. Nice. Alright, thank you for that update. Finds the fire rod down here too. Alright, so putting off Thieves Town, definitely paying out there with that nice easy hammer down there at Stump Kid. Alright, let's see how Hydra's Armos Knights fight goes. Shoot 5 shots from that location to the right here. It sets you up nicely to be able to take down all of these without any of them turning red. When the last Armos Knights turned red, he does get all of his health back. So if you can get that last shot in right before, if you can get that last shot in at the last 2, like right after another, it definitely saves some time right there. What is the ROM composition, the settings? I believe we're just doing randomized swords standard. I don't think there's anything other too special than that. This isn't a tournament match by any means. This is just a daily race that's going on. I don't think there's anything different other than just the randomized sword from Uncle, which was the bow today. Very nice, good one, in my opinion. And just the standard. Standard. Blacksmith's not having much. We'll see if he goes to the purple chest. I would imagine not. Heart piece held by someone friendly. I have no idea if we found that one already. It's hard to keep track of what you already have. Like, if, in my opinion, when you get trash items, well, this is me personally. When you get trash items like a heart piece or arrows from something that can be indicated by a hint, like say the bottle vendor sold you a heart piece or something, I immediately forget about it. If that hint comes up later, I'm thinking, ah, crap, who left has a heart piece for me? But that's not gonna be it. Not too much out of Thieves Town yet. Frodo's gonna have a little bit of better time here having the hammer, so I really hope that Godzilla is not gonna have to come all the way back down to get whatever item is in there. I saw Edium take a death. Was that inside Eastern? Or, well, if it was, he is heading back in there. What is on pedestal? There was just the heart piece or heart container on pedestal. Nothing of value, so we're not going for that one, sorry. Godzilla not having a sword here, playing a little keep away with the red Zizak there, but just decides to ignore him and goes on. Oh, he took a death inside the dark room. Yeah, that's a pretty easy place to take a death here. It can be pretty difficult without a sword, especially. We've got another 300 rupee drop in Thieves Town. That's got to be at least 3 or 4 so far. It's pretty ridiculous. So it looks like they did not find the small key, which means the small key is in the big chest, which does indicate that the hammer is before whatever item blind gives us. Because if you didn't have access to that small key, a lock would be possible otherwise. So that hammer is available before whatever item blind gives us, or the 5-6 crystal indicates that it can't be on the wow. It can't be on the big bomb in this case. Not, I mean, we have the big bomb hint anyway, but blind drops the hook shot. If IR Godzilla knows his item logic, he knows that hook shot will not lead to the hammer. But yo, hook shot, great find here. Big fan of that. That gives us access to East Death Mountain, and in fact, Dark Death Mountain, and the Tower of Hera even as well. There's a lot of stuff over there we can check right now. I got Zero checking the south area here. And if he keeps going with any luck, he will find his hammer. I really hope he knows the logic in that sense, because that's a potential lot of item checks he could do where that hammer can't be. Alright, Edium does manage to slay the Armos Knight's second trip in here. Grabs his first crystal as well. Hydra grabbing their mitts right there, and getting the hint that Cash is in Mimic Cave. Frodo showing a little knowledge there. We got that extra heart is in the bottom left of that room. There's a lot of hearts in the bottom half of these town, not so much in the first half, but like there's 2 down here in the jail cells. So if you want to stock up right before the blind fight, it's actually not that bad to do so. And good, Godzilla gets his hammer there, and has got to be probably drooling over East Death Mountain just because of how crazy lucrative that's going to be when we get up there. I can't wait for it to all be rupees and arrows. And good, Hydra, after finding the myths, is immediately going to find the Moon Pearl as well. Very nice. Alright, Frodo going on to their blind fight right now, with full health even. While Hydra is going to go into the Dark World, but is first going to leave. And not too bad a blind fight there, only took 2 hits. Hydra is using up all of his magic. Buying a blue potion. Actually may not be too confident in maybe blind with this amount of stuff, not having a sword. Actually, he doesn't have a weapon to damage blind anyway, but I think this is actually a really good safety. It doesn't take hardly any time to go fly over to the witch and buy a potion. But hey, you be as safe as you want to be. There's no shame in that. Hydra opening the portal and then having second thoughts here is indeed going to go instead. Indeed, instead, you're going to go check out the shed instead. We did have Frodo and Godzilla check out the Peg Cave at near the same time, but nothing value in there. And I did see someone snag the purple chest as well, so we're going to be able to check that immediately. They've got to be itching to go up to Death Mountain. There's... Okay, still nothing. Go, go, go. I think with that hookshot pull out here, that's exactly where we're headed. Alright, we're gonna get... There's got to be some awesome stuff over here, right? There's really not too many other places things can be other than Pod, but who wants to go into Pod? Even though we do have the means to clear it outside some dark rooms, I suppose. But when you have like 200 items up here on Death Mountain, I could see the value in coming here before anything else. It's just a rough estimate, in fact. Hydra's going to be our first player over here into Skull Woods. Does not have the Fire Rod quite yet, so Mothula is not quite in the cards. In fact, does not have the sword quite yet either. So that's another reason that won't work out, because you need both the fire rod and a sword actually to get them off. Maybe there's one here though. Alright, so we're gonna need Death Mountain here. Frodo deciding to come upstairs first, it seems. Gonna check out the item there on the floating island, which is just 20 rupees. Is gonna go straight to Hera. Does have a fire source, so we know he'll be able to fully clear this if he so desires. And with it as a crystal, I would imagine he so desires too. Having access to the Dark World Death Mountain is oh good, another 300 drop on the ether tablet. Having access to the Dark World here is a little scary, because if you go there, you don't have the mirror to get back. So you want to do everything you can in the Light World first before heading out to the Dark World part. A unique item is in the castle. Well, there were a lot of unique items in the castle actually, and I feel like we got all of them. And there is the heart piece that was foretold in the Tower of Hera. Maybe there's also a second heart piece here, who knows. And the big key there means we do not have to go to the basement, at least not quite yet. I totally missed what Hydra found in the back of Skull Woods, but he does have a sword now, so there was a sword somewhere in there. Which is not a bad find here. He might end up getting his Master Sword here fairly soon. Alright, Godzilla will be our first player into the Paradox Cave, it seems. Check out the items. They get half magic, so not a bad find there. A unique item is in plain sight. That may refer to the Ether Medallion that's on the Zora Ledge. That would be a unique item in plain sight. I think it'd be safe to assume that for now. Or I suppose it means the Titan's Mitts as well. There are the flippers out of the cave there. Paradox Cave has the flippers. So that's Ice Palace. And with that half magic in hand, I would actually not think that to be too far away. With half magic, you feel so much safer in Ice Palace. And speaking of things that are safe, Frodo is on Moldorm and quickly dispatches him with that hammer. And finds our third sword, in fact. Alright. Not too shabby there. And that means we do not have to go to the basement of Hera as well. Even though Ice Palace is a pendant. Well, you know what? That wouldn't be too good, would it? Okay, maybe they shouldn't do that. That's a good point. If I was going crazy gambly, I think Ice Palace would be my next place to go with that information. We haven't actually seen the Waterfall Cave yet, have we? The people who went over to the Zora area didn't... they weren't able to get that Ether Medallion, or they weren't able to have... They didn't have the Moon Pearl. Right, that's what I'm trying to say. They did not have the Moon Pearl, so they could not check them. I guess with Water Walk you could have, but they didn't. And there's our fourth sword in the Spiral Cave. With the Water Walk, though, they still should have been able to check them, I believe. Oh, the Quake Medallion was in Thieves Town. I totally missed that. Very nice. Alright, looks like Hydra's just checking out the first floor of Thieves Town. It's gonna take a death warp and come back later. Which I think is not so hot. I'm sorry, it's not so bad right now. That's actually a pretty good idea, considering he doesn't know where the hammer is quite yet. And we'll find it here very shortly, I would imagine. Have to be some crazy routing not to. Alright. Alright, Frodo grabbing his flippers here in just a moment as Godzilla heads up to Moldorm. Edium decided to check out Skullwoods as well, so did get their sword from there, and we'll find their next sword here fairly soon if they decide to go down. Oh, geez, that's really close. Ugh. Watching Moldorm. Alright, there we go. What rand is it? If you mean our randomizer settings, we are playing just standard mode today. With randomized sword. Uncle gave us the bow today. No other real major variations. Just a standard. And Frodo will be able to show us our Turtle Rock medallion that we're going to need. No, Turtle Rock is a pendant. We may not need that actually. Oh no, Frodo getting a little stuck on the dead rock. You might be able to dash to actually squeeze past that, I'm not sure. Oh, just decides to quake him. Oh, but his invincibility wasn't up in time. There we go, that'll work. Yeah, see you later, dude. It's so satisfying. Yeah, I know it takes a lot of time to do the quick thing, but it's satisfying. Don't get me wrong. Yes, I believe we are on normal difficulty. No hard modes about it. Alright, Quake it is for Turtle Rock, so while we don't have Samaria to get anywhere in there, we will be able to check the hint, which I think is worthwhile on its own. We've seen already some very useful hints in saving time. Which means I suppose there are still probably some joke hints out there that aren't going to help us at all, but never mind, Frodo doesn't want to check it out. Maybe he's hoping for Samaria down here, and if it's down here, he'll go straight in. Well, we got 6 more checks here on the eastern side of Death Mountain here. Bill picked up that pot, has a little trouble hooking back there. And nothing of value in the Hookshot Cave. Yes, Edium does have the Master Sword. He did find it in the village area with his first sword in the Skullwoods area. Oh no, did Godzilla not get the block clip, I guess? Oh no, he got it. Never mind, I don't know what I'm talking about. Just a B. Wow, for all that trouble, we got a B here in East Death Mountain had nothing. So the only thing we got of major value over here was the flippers. I suppose 2 swords are pretty good too, huh? Edium also using the tactic of checking the first 4 and then piecing out of Thieves Town, which I think is still just a fine play to make. You really want that hammer insurance. Yeah, Dark Death Mountain was a bust, but those flippers probably should give a little bit more direction, I think. So, either there's something in that waterfall cave, there's something in Ice Palace maybe, or we're gonna get the mirror soon to go into Swamp, is what I'm thinking. Frodo decided to come all the way up here to check out the bumper ledge, and Hydra will be our first player to check out the catfish item. It's just a heart piece. Does Frodo have the cape even? I don't remember seeing the cape, but I might have missed it. Oh, it wants to go to Skullwoods, so just swing around there. Okay, so Frodo will be our first player with the golden sword, it seems. So, did Godzilla... He did Hera, didn't he? I'm not misremembering that, I think. I remember seeing 2 Moldorms, I think. What difficulty is this? This is, I believe it's just normal. I haven't seen anything to suggest otherwise. You check pod way before ice, you think so? I suppose if you're really comfortable with dark rooms, you could clear all of pod right now, and it being a crystal, you would need to. So, yeah, that does make sense. If you are comfortable with dark rooms, that is. Who knows? Maybe the item in Ice Palace that we don't know exists is just the lamp, and that's supposed to lead you to pod. Who knows? It honestly wouldn't surprise me at all. Ah, yes, Golden Sword would dictate that it is not anything past hard mode. Or, yeah, anything more difficult than normal mode, that is, considering your sword's set to get limited at that point. Is Godzilla going to Ice Palace? Oh, no. He's just checking out the waterfall, right? There's no way. Yo, let's go. Oh, he did this to me. He was dashing northward and then turned left. Don't think I didn't see that. Dang, I was excited, dude. I was pretty excited. Maybe he'll go there after checking out the waterfall and Zora and getting Aether. Probably not by that point. Why am I a fan of Ice Palace? I am a big fan of and this doesn't always work out for me, so don't think it's a hard rule. I'm a big fan of going to places that were just unlocked. So those flippers and having the mitts and having the hook shot to potentially close up any logic breaks in the keys in Ice Palace really makes me want to go to Ice Palace. I want to say something's there. But it could also just be the lamp, and we'll never find it. Yeah, I'm surprised Hydra... No, wait, he hasn't been up the Death Mountain yet. Yeah, Hera's definitely in the cards here. Alright, well, there's the cape. We know we don't need that. I think Godzilla has already checked the bumper ledge. Seem poorly designed dungeons. You know what? Ice Palace gets a bad rap, okay? They changed it in the Game Boy Advance version, didn't they? I guess that is kind of... I guess that does mean it was kind of bad, huh? Where was Hookshot? Hookshot was off blind. So if Hydra keeps this path, you'll be finding it very shortly here. And I believe Frodo is heading over to Mothula once he can get out of this little death pit of fire-barred mini Moldorm anyway. With half magic, it's no issue here. You can go nuts with the fire rod. Even missing that shot's no issue. We've got plenty. Is that a Shantae sprite? Yeah, I believe it is. We got a bunch of new sprites here with version 30 that came out just a month or so ago. And Shantae's not looking too bad there. Got a lot. All of our sprite work is so good. Yo, see you later, Moth. Frodo wasting all of his magic there in Celebration. And it's just gonna have to wait more frames for it to fill after the pause. But that's fine though. Godzilla's going to Ice Palace. Let's go. Something's in here. Not only that, there are also 3 hints in here. Some caches and a chest require specials to unlock. I don't remember if Godzilla's already checked the purple chest, but if he hasn't, he knows not to now. I gotta say, it's gotta be Ice Palace or Pod. Something major has to be in one of these dungeons. But what's it going to be, right? We gotta... The lamp would put Pod and all that stuff. Mirror would do Swamp, obviously. Then I suppose Samaria might lead us into Turtle Rock to find something, but Turtle Rock's a pendant, so that might not be something you want to do. Alright, Hydra going into the blind fight here is plenty of health, plenty of safety in that longer range sword. I don't know his potion situation, but I can't imagine it would be anything to keep track of. Plenty of health. Nice dodges. I like the running around in a circle dodge mechanism there. It worked out really well. No, Godzilla, don't forget. Okay, you didn't forget the hint tile. A compass needs fire and Tower of Hera. Yep. Maybe that'll put Hera back in his... Oh, he's already done Hera. Never mind. Yeah, we already knew that. Alright, Hydra grabs his hookshot from Blind the Thief. And I can only imagine we'll head up to Death Mountain immediately afterwards. Eddie's gonna head back to Mothula, who we know had nothing of value. Oh no, just gets bunnied right before slashing that thing there, so he's gotta wait. Or I guess take a hit. Whoa, that was really close! That Wallmaster, I'm pretty sure should have grabbed him, but he didn't, so that's nice. Did Hydra not get Quake? He might have Quake. I don't know. Maybe if he pauses here fairly soon, we'll be able to check it. And the last in Ice Palace is just a joke in. Alright, well, that's fine. So Eddie, I'm only having the Master Sword here. It's gonna have to do a combination of 8 hits with both the Master Sword and the Fire Rod. There we go. Took a little bit of a beating there, but nothing too awful. And Godzilla's about to get into the meat of the items here in Ice Palace. We've got 3 coming up. I want to see that lamp. That's supposed to lead us into Pod. There's item number 1. Fire Rod does not do temper damage to Mothula. Mothula, you would think Mothula takes more damage from the Fire Rod, but no, it is actually just the Master Sword class damage. It's a little weird. Consequently, it does Golden Sword damage on Cold Stare, so it's actually very good in that fight. And there's a map. Nothing of use in Ice Palace quite yet. Actually, I totally missed what was in the very first chest of Ice Palace. Does anyone know if that was an item or not? Might help determine a couple more checks here. There's a small key. We do have the big key, but Godzira's gonna head around here. Oh wait, he has the hook shot. Never mind, he can do both. There's the compass. Uh-oh. I think Cold Stare might have an item. We've got... Depending on what was in the first chest, I completely forgot if there's something in the first chest or not. He's going back up to check it, that's good. Frodo's gonna be our first player to check out the Spike Cave here. We haven't seen this yet. Does have the cape, so this is definitely in logic right now. Cold Stare is one of the reasons you hate Ice Palace. He's a pretty difficult boss if you have even the Master Sword. You can get into a hairy situation fairly quickly there. Honestly, I think the hardest part about the Cold Stare fight is the stupid falling ice chunks. That's my least favorite part. Alright, there's the lamp. Alright, lamp's in Ice Palace. So, Palace of Darkness looking very good right now. But maybe there's something else here. That's at least 2 items. And he's still going, so it makes me think that Cold Stare may actually have an item. If he got an item in the very first chest there, he should know that that was item number 3. So I would imagine Cold Stare has our last item. Unless he really wants that was this the blue pendant? I don't know. It was a bad pendant, that's for sure. Frodo is heading over to Pod. Might be able to circumvent needing that lamp. If he knows his dark rooms. Oh, wants to go back for that full magic. Might as well. Alright, here comes Cold Stare with just... Wait, what sword does he have? He has Tempered Sword, okay. I was a little worried there for a second, I saw. Yo, that was actually not so bad at all. That was pretty great, actually. Took a little bit of a hit from the thing there. Okay, there's the last item in Ice Palace. It was just 50 rupees. So... Oh, nice hammer dash there on Frodo's side. He hammer dashed the skull down there, but the skull didn't actually disappear. He still hit it, though. Alright, so the only thing Ice Palace was useful for is the lamp. So I think a lot of people in this race are going to end up not getting the lamp. Considering how easily accessible the Fire Rod was. You only need a fire source to finish the game, although in logic you will always need the lamp. Since there are 4 dungeons that have dark rooms, you can't avoid all of them. Alright, Hydra is on to Moldorm here, often to do spin strats rather than hammer. It's a little safer to do the swords things, I think, just because if you're holding your sword out and getting knocked against the edge, you won't fall if you're pressing away from it. But wasn't facing in the optimal direction that time, so here we go, round 2. I'm a big fan of, if you can spin Moldorm with the Master Sword or Hammer. I'm actually a big fan of the Hammer just because of how more maneuverable you are, not holding your sword out. But that's just me. Other people prefer other things, and that's super okay. Yeah, but not about Ice Palace. Here's Palace of Darkness. Frodo is going straight to Helmasaur, it looks like. Did find an early big key. Without the mirror in his possession, this is actually not so bad. I'm actually a big fan of this. If you can do the dark room, even if the lamp happens to be later in pod, if you can do the dark room here, if you find an early big key, just go. That'll save you some time having to death warp from the back of pod because you don't have the mirror, if that's what you so desire. But this will put you right back at the start of the dungeon, and you'll be able to just do the rest of it in a single trip. Oh god. Edium screen's going nuts. Yo, I haven't seen this color. This is pretty good. Even with crazy disco blind, Edium's gonna clear up blind without too much issue here. Actually, it does take a bit of a beating near the end there, but it's fine. If you didn't die, everything's fine. Everything's good. Gets that hook shot. Oh yeah, I suppose Frodo also has the fire rod, so this whole portion here isn't too bad at all. That turtle room can actually get pretty hairy if you don't have vision at all. Oh no, Hydra gets stuck in the dead rock, the same place that one of the other players did. I honestly think in some situations you can actually just dash right past it, considering with the dash you skip some pixels, so you can actually like skip the pixel that the dead rock is blocking sometimes. It's actually pretty neat. Frodo knocks off that mask right before the fireballs come, so it doesn't get the despawn on those, but cleans it up with just 2 slashes from the golden sword. And his reward with the blue boomerang. Hydra is checking out the inside of Turtle Rock, maybe the hint right inside. I don't think we've actually seen the hint in here yet, because I think one player didn't use the Turtle Rock portal, and the other one just didn't check the hint. So I think this will be new information. Some bombs required spawn. That's my reaction to Hydra. Very good new information for all of us. Thank you for providing that. Alright, now Frodo's getting into the major portions of pod here. Well, never mind. We're gonna take a small trickle of items here first. We're gonna be checking out the vanilla. Oh gosh, I think that bomb was fine where it was. You didn't need to pick it up, but it was entertaining. I'm glad it still worked out. The bomb looked a little bit high after you picked it up, but it was still low enough. So this chest, this is actually fun to check these first. You can't guarantee that there's going to be a key here. And in fact, it wasn't, so it was a good idea to check it, even though it was still the compass. Godzilla, not getting the arm was quick kill, but that's alright. Oh no, it runs out of arrows on the last one, and just has to slash it down. When your arrows get limited, since the capacity upgrades were taken out there, it can be pretty easy to use all of them in situations like Armos Knights, where you actually use a lot of arrows if you end up not having silvers. 30 is a lot of arrows, but considering bosses and stuff that need arrows need a lot of arrows, it can actually put you down pretty quickly. I think Godzilla is checking this chest down here just in case it happens to be... It's like the last-ditch effort to get the lamp before going to the last dark rooms, but indeed it was nothing. So we'll get one of these 2 chests down here in the rupee room. Is going to be a key. And there's got to be something else here, right? Let's see the mirror over in the... Okay, the Smart is here. Never mind. Smart is here. That's good enough for me. I was hoping we'd see the mirror in the maze, but Samaria is pretty good. We're gonna need that to clear Misery Mire, that dungeon we can't get into yet. So Kane's only pointing us to one place right now. Godzilla definitely dodges that little jumping dude there. I honestly thought he was gonna get hit, but he juked him at just the right moment there. Let's see if we can get a view at what Frodo's finding here in the dark maze. Some of the pallets don't display here in the dark, so maybe a little difficult to see. Well, he has full bombs and arrows, so we're not going to be able to see if those happen to be it. I have no idea where he is right now in the dark maze. It almost seems like he's heading towards the bottom. Looks like he's on the bottom of the screen. He's taking out the enemies. So, probably is not in any danger of dying. Oh, there we go. There's the bottom right chest. Alright, Godzilla is heading into Palace of Darkness. Does have the lamp, so we'll be able to see everything in full vision. Or at least as full as it gets. Godzilla, try to decide where to go. Go down there. Yeah. You don't have a small key. You gotta go this way. Alright, well, just Samaria from Pod, huh? That's it? So, now we've got the mirror, or potentially Bombos, over in Turtle Rock right now. Frodo heading... Oh, he's gonna clear up Eastern Palace. Very nice. Oh no, Eddie, I'm taking a middle hole fall there on Moldorm. That's super unfortunate. Oh no, did he walk right past the hint? That's fine. I don't even remember what that hint was. Was that the purple chest hint? Maybe not. No, that was in Ice Palace, I think. Yeah, the hints have actually been very... what's the word I'm looking for? Very good in... Oh, watch out, don't fall on Moldorm. Okay, that was close. Oh, we don't know yet. Wait, did Frodo not check the pod hint? I totally missed it if he did. Sometime, someone will check that hint and we'll know what it is. Oh no, he hasn't been checking any hints? Uh-oh. Well, we'll see. It's been doing pretty well for him so far. He's been able to avoid the descend into Ice Palace for just the lamp, and has been showing pretty good, well, mastery of Dark Rooms so far. So it wouldn't surprise me if he just doesn't find it. Yeah, the hints are pretty great. They can definitely help out with your routing, the avoiding really long checks, like we found the hints to the big bomb, and we found the hints right now to the purple chest that I think a couple of players have checked that they didn't need to. We'll see if he checks the Eastern Palace one, because that is coming up. Hydra is not fighting Mothula? He didn't already fight Moth, did he? I wouldn't imagine so, considering he just got into the back. Oh, he did beat Mothula. I'm sorry. As you imagine, it's probably it's a little difficult to track what bosses all 4 players have fought. That's fine. We're working with what we got. It'll be just fine. Yeah, the Pyramid Fairy is not required. We definitely did see a hint saying that the big red bomb didn't unlock anything of use here. IR Godzilla going for the hammer jump here. A double pixel perfect setup. But with pause buffer strats, it isn't really that difficult. The amount of time this saves is actually a pretty good amount. If you're running NMG, that is. But even here, it can save time in routing. If you say don't have the mirror, you can do the hammer jump here and then go all the way around to the harmless hellway chest, and then just go straight down to that one dude, Helmosaur. I could save routing that way. And in Key Stanley, it's super important to save a key for that door there, perhaps. Alright, still no entry too far into the Turtle Rock here. Edium is... Wait, I'm confused. His rock was picked up. Did he... He picked up the rock earlier but didn't head in here? Did something weird happen? I probably missed something weird that happened. That's fine. Yeah, at this point you'd have to think something's in Turtle Rock. That Bombus medallion or the mirror, one of those has got to be in Turtle Rock at this point. Unless it's some silly fetch quest item that takes us elsewhere. I'm pretty sure that is where we are heading next. And I think Frodo's going to have to get there eventually. He's running out of non-pendant dungeons to go to. So hopefully he'll go to Turtle Rock, straight to Turtle Rock instead of Ice Palace. I think at this point he's suspecting that Ice Palace has the lamp. I think in his shoes at this point I would be anyway. Oh, okay. Man, I think my restream might be a little far behind. Hydra did end up checking the pod hint, saying that there was a unique item in the waterfall. Hooray! Frodo. Oh no, is Frodo going to the Ice Palace? Oh no! No, he's getting an arrow upgrade. I guess. Maybe a bomb upgrade too. He's got enough cash. Where was the lamp? The lamp was in Ice Palace. It was the only reason to go into Ice Palace. There was nothing else there. Oh no, is he going in? Ugh. This is gonna stink. This is gonna give Godzilla time to catch up here, I think. And perhaps the other players as well. Yeah, at this point you have to suspect that the lamp has to be... maybe he just wants to close up his item logic or something. I'm not sure, but... I mean, he knows the lamp has to be before Samaria, so it would be, I guess, the next item in the chain or whatever, but it could easily, for him, in his mind, it could easily just be that the mirror or Bamos is here, which leads to the lamp to get Samaria. I suppose that's what he's thinking. Or maybe he just doesn't want to climb the mountain again just to go to the Turtle Rock, which I can't really blame for that, but I don't know, that seems a little bit more lucrative than coming down to Ice Palace. Maybe the hints here also kind of... It seems less of a hassle to go into Ice Palace with all the hints. And we've been finding a lot of useful hints. So, who knows? Well, in this case, the required part of required item has a little asterisk next to it, because we have the fire rod out already. We have the fire we need to complete the seed. We don't especially need that lamp. Oh no, the bomb just barely misses the hole there. Oh, it gets a nice throw right into the corner though. But yeah, it's just a little unfortunate. I don't think it's a wrong decision. It just happens to be the incorrect one at the moment. It's just how it goes. We will be waiting a little bit longer to see what our major item is in Turtle Rock. Hydra grabs his King of Samaria. As does Edium. So now all players with the cane will see who the first player is after they're done cleaning up whatever they're doing. We'll see who the first player is to head into Turtle Rock to find whatever major item happens to be there. Frodo might see this lamp coming and think, ah, crap, I made a mistake. That's fine. Godzilla setting up his bomb jump here. There we go. Be able to get those arrows. Oh, never mind. We don't have the big key. We're not getting those arrows yet. I think it was arrows that were in there. Maybe not. A little bit of a dark thing going on the left side of our stream here. Hydra checking his items desperately to figure out what he just got. It was the map. The map was in the top left chest. Am I a little bit behind? That's alright, we'll get it worked out. I'll just do generic commentary. The players are in their dungeons hunting for the items that they are looking for. One of them just found something. Oh no, Edium takes a death in the dark maze, it seems, before getting to the end, I believe. Yeah, before checking out everything. Those little fire guys in there do deal... I'm not sure if bumping them and their fireballs are both like this, but both of them, or at least one of them, your armor doesn't affect the damage you take. So it's a little bit... It can be a little bit iffy if you have low health, but even with max armor. Both are 1 heart always? Okay, yeah, I thought it was something like that. And Frodo finds his lamp. Well, that's just great. As unfortunately going to be sticking it out here and probably going all the way to Cold Stare to get the final item, which I think was just 50 rupees. And that death was on purpose. I can see that one. So he didn't have to walk all the way around to get back to that point he was just at. I don't think that one saves as much time, especially when you have to take a beating to do so. Godzilla is on to Mothula here, has the golden sword, and by the time I saw that he was actually fighting Mothula, he's already done with Mothula, so... Only had 2 hearts binding that, so probably got a little bit dicey there. But, yeah, we got through it. Alright, so where are you heading next, Godzilla? I hope he's going up to Turtle Rock, because him and Frodo will probably be neck and neck if that's the case. And that's what I want to see. Frodo knocking Cold Stare from right to left, which is something I don't think I've seen before. Everyone always tries to go from left to right in the top right corner there, but we're going opposite. Hoping Cold Stare has the mirror because he's going opposite. But no, Cold Stare did not have the mirror. Oh, guys, Zero's going to be finishing up Skull Woods, it seems. Hydra, oh no, took a death in the maze. Yeah, that stinks. Yeah, we do have a hint. There is a hint that exists that says that the big bomb doesn't have anything of value. I'm not sure if everyone has found that hint, but it does exist. I have seen it. Trust me on this one. Frodo's going all the way up here to check the pedestal. He's got to see. Oh man, did I just do ice palace for nothing? And the answer will be, yes, yes, you did. I suppose the lamp is fine. Maybe he's not comfortable with the Mire Dark room, and that was actually really fortunate to find. Might ask him about it after the race. Oh man, it was just 20 rupees in the big chest. I was totally wrong then. I thought it was arrows. Ooh, Frodo's heading into Turtle Rock. It looks like. I don't know what else he'd be doing over here. Edium takes down Helmasaur, grabs that crystal, and is now going to have to make the choice on following up that Samaria and heading into Turtle Rock, or heading down to Ice Palace. The Ice Palace of Shame. No. No, don't say that. Some people might actually need the lamp, and that's super okay. It's just in a really unfortunate location this time. Heading back in to take revenge on the Dark Maze. Godzilla is kind of waiting in the water here. I'm not sure which direction he's headed. Maybe to Catfish? And he just ran there from... yeah, that bridge is not there in the Dark World. You gotta take the waterway. Alright, Frodo's giving us our first glimpse into Turtle Rock here. There's a bee. That's pretty cool. So item number 1 of 5. We do know Mimic Cave does not have anything to value. I'm not sure if Frodo has that hint, but we did see that hint. Hey, Edium gets through the Dark Maze and gets his piece of heart, but gets a piece of heart and peace of mind that he did it. As Helmasaur goes down for Hydra. Ooh. No, no, don't pull out the flute. Go to Turtle Rock. No. Well. That's fine. Where is Edium headed? Is he going to go do the blacksmith stuff? I'm not sure if he's already done it or not. Where's Godzilla going? He is going to the item on the pyramid, it seems. I don't know what else would be up here. He just did Catfish and he's walking down. Oh, watch out, the bee's after you, dude. He really wants to spin speed. There you go. I totally just missed what was in the Chain Chomp chest. Let me check the restream. Alright, just a key. That makes sense. Edium must not have checked the peg area here. But yes, this is going to be doing the purple chest, and I believe that there was a hint saying that there wasn't anything of use in here, but not everyone has all the hints. And that's fine. It's a really important thing to know for this version. Vanilla Big Key and Turtle Rock. Haven't really found anything of use yet. I mean, the bee's pretty useful, but what's left to check? There's not a whole lot left to check. Turtle Rock, it has to have the answer. I think outside of that, we've probably got everything. Can't check Mimic Cave, although we do have the peace of mind that we know Mimic Cave is something. Alright, there's the mirror. Right inside Turtle Rock there. He's gonna go check Mimic Cave because he doesn't have the clue, I don't think. Unless he's just leaving. I don't know in this situation if you just leave and gamble that Bombos is not here. It'd be a really hard sell in this situation, honestly. I would probably finish the dungeon. You have to be sure. So yeah, with that mirror now, all we need is Bombos for Misery Mire access. Edium is heading into Desert Palace for a second time. He has eyes on the green pennant, I believe. That's pretty interesting. I don't think... No one really had the ability to do this. Because of the myths being here that unlocks fire elsewhere. Because we didn't have fire to Landmollas, so no one even had the ability to do this. Frodo does dip out of the rest of Turtle Rock here. He's going to be checking out some mirror lock locations. Finds probably the last 300 rupee drop. We found a lot of them, so I would only assume that's the last one, right? Yeah, Frodo's really interested in mirror lock locations. Maybe he feels like the Ice Palace play was as pointless as it was for him, because it seemed like he can do dark rooms, so I would assume he can do the Mire dark room as well. That I'm not sure. I don't want to like pin it on him if he can't, because that's an understandable one not to know. But maybe he feels like the Ice Palace play put him a little bit behind here, so he's gonna try to cut some corners here, looking for that last Bombos medallion. So that's why he dipped out of Turtle Rock. But if that's the case, I honestly think if I was cutting corners, I would go straight into Swamp Palace right now. Looking for that Bombos. And if I've got to do the left side, well, crap. I gotta do it. But no, he's hunting for that Bombos medallion, hoping that this mirror is going to lead to it. So it takes a long time to get over the Graveyard Ledge, and it's just bombs. Not quite the amount of bomb he was looking for. Edium is on Landmollas now. Will be our first check into the Green Pendant. Wouldn't that be hilarious if that's where Bombos ended up? I think we found both desert items, so we know Landmollas won't drop it himself, but the Green Pendant is still unknown. Is he going right away? Yeah, there's no other reason you'd be doing this unless for the Green Pendant, so he's going to come here immediately. This could be a huge lead for Edium if this happens to be where Bombos is. Oh no, come on. My internet needs to hang together here. I've got to see what this is. Of course it's bombs. Aw, man. There's been a lot of bombs recently. Yeah, Frodo's been finding a lot of bombs behind mirror lock spots, and then the bomb from the Green Pendant. Still not the right kind of bomb we're looking for. Bomb_S. I like it. Bombos medallion is also bombs. You gotta be kidding me, dude. I can't believe this. Alright, here we go, Swamp Palace. Maybe the hint inside will tell us where Bombos is. It'll probably tell us where bombs are, honestly, at this rate. Hydra is dipping into Ice Palace here. I say dipping, but it's actually already been a while since I've actually called attention to it. Sorry about that. Yeah, nothing here except the lamp, which is still fine. I think we saw Hydra maybe struggling a little bit on dark rooms earlier, so the lamp will probably be a nice peace of mind thing to find, but there's not really much else. Frodo is foregoing the hint. We're not going to see it. So that will remain a mystery. Godzilla about to pick up... I say Godzilla, but it's Godzilla. I think that's fine, right? People probably know what I'm talking about. Picking up the hammer right now. Not the hammer, the mirror. Don't hammer the mirror. That's probably not a good thing to do. You want a functional mirror. There's the mushroom out of the first chest in Swamp Palace. That figures. Godzilla is going further into Turtle Rock here. We're going to see if Laser Bridge has the item we're looking for. That would be a huge boon for him, and not so hot for Frodo. Edium is heading into Turtle Rock right now as well, it seems. Without the lamp. Looks like it's going to be our only player without the lamp, I would imagine, at this point. He's probably written off Ice Palace. And speaking of lamps, there it is for Hydra. And here comes Laser Bridge for Godzilla. Alright, well, let's see what Frodo left behind. Oh, after this short break. Into the emergency room? No, we're just going right for it. Alright. Not even vying with the emergency room here. We are going straight there with 4 hearts. 3.5, actually. There's Bombos in the bottom of the swamp. Alright. Well, never mind here. We know it's not Laser Bridge. Oh, the bug net. Alright. And Godzilla is going to continue on and fight Trinex. I mean, at this point, you've come this far. Oh, gosh. Grab that fairy. You got half a heart. Or catch it. Catching it's fine, too. And yeah, that is go mode for Frodo. He is... I mean, with the gold sword in hand, with half magic, you've got the blue mail. I don't think there's anything else you're going to check. There's nothing you're going to find of use other than maybe red mail. Oh, I suppose silver arrows are still out there, huh? But he's not even going to check the waterfall chest here. That's as in the way as it gets, in my opinion. So he's... I can only imagine he's not going to check anything else. Unique item on Laser Bridge? Is that what the hint said? Or are you just speculating? If you found that hint, if Frodo found that hint, that'd be really scary for him. Well, maybe try and access silvers or something. Let's see. Yeah, I would agree that with the golden sword, there's really not much issue in finding the silver arrows. You have enough firepower to do what you can, but maybe some people aren't that comfortable with silverless Ganon, that they would really like that extra firepower, and that's pretty okay. Hydra is also taking the green pendant bait here. Oh no, Dang, this is like a pretty extreme gamble, I think. I thought it was whenever Edium did it, and I still think it is. When you have means of going into the rock, people don't seem to... I don't know. I've seen... People just don't like Turtle Rock. They don't like going there, but there's a lot of items there. And it requires such a specific set of items that when you have them, you just kind of want to go in there. Oh, the Cannon Burner was on Argus. Nice. I totally missed that. The Argus fight's a joke with the amount of stuff we have right now anyway. I'm good. Godzilla is going straight into Swamp Palace. Bombos Palace. That's what I was going to say. But I'll say anyway because it sounds silly. And we'll be able to get that Bombos without any extra checks. Other than like the Laser Bridge and Trinex, I guess. Yeah, I'm actually really surprised that we had 2 runners go all the way in here just for the green pendant before going into Turtle Rock. I mean, you've already shown you're willing to dip pendants for the lamp and Ice Palace, so why not do Turtle Rock, considering the lamp unlocks the Samaria that they both already have. I don't know, maybe this is like the main the main gamble to get back into the race, right? I think we mentioned that earlier. Whenever he somehow did not hit that torch despite being right next to it. I suppose that's how he missed it, because the hitbox on that's a little weird. But yeah, this might be like the last ditch effort to get back into the race or something. I'm not sure. And who knows? It's randomizer. It's still as good a chance as being here as it had anywhere else. Alright, Frodo is on the hunt for the big key. That is our last item we need here to get through Mr. Meyer and then up to Gan's Tower, where we can hunt for another big key. Not there. Hey, hey. Doesn't get too much better than that. Big key right there on the spike chest. Did decide to use the cape to save some hearts there. Not too bad idea. Hydra heading up to turn to the green pennant. It's gonna be bombs, but not the right kind of bombs. Now, Edium got the mirror, right? He wouldn't be going this way if he didn't get the mirror, I would imagine. Pause the game, Edium, I want to see. Oh, he did just pause the game, I missed it. Alright. Yeah, okay, he has the mirror, good. So, he's also going a little bit further into Turtle Rock, just in hopes of it being here. There was potential to skip that mirror if you just decided not to check the big chests. And since you didn't have the mirror to go to Mimic Cave, if you hadn't had that hint, I can maybe see it. I don't know. I would never leave the big chest, honestly, personally. To be quite honest, myself, I don't think you ever skip that chest. I know there's some situations where you can, if you can like guess it's a key or something, and you were in go mode. But it's really scary too. Alright, Vitreous goes down like a chump to the golden sword. And Frodo will be on his way to Ganon's Tower here very shortly. Might take a stop to the potion shop first, we'll see. Yeah, poor Vitreous. Oh gosh, what's going on? Edium takes death in the laser bridge. But did luckily save at the doors, so we'll be able to check the last two without any issue. Yo, guessing game. Yo, throw your numbers in for where you think the silver arrows are. I don't care where the big key is. We'll find it anyway. The silvers, though, we might not find those. So that could be a pretty exotic number. Not constrained to your 22 locations. We actually saw all items from all the pendant dungeons, didn't we? Was there any items we didn't see? We didn't see... I suppose there were a couple things in Swamp House we didn't see, but other than that... Ganon's Tower is about it, right? I suppose we also found the mushroom that we're not going to be seeing what that leads to at all. Alright, Edium onto the Trinex here. Nothing of use from the boss itself, but we'll be able to take out the boss fairly quickly at least. With the golden sword here, you're going to be able to guarantee take out those heads before anything bad happens. Emergency potion there for Hydra. That's quite alright. I'm not sure what the safety situation is for any of our runners, actually. I don't think Frodo decided to go buy potions or anything, so he's got He's got what he's got. Unless we find, like, an emergency potion here or so. That full heart container actually may not be too bad. They're only on 12 max hearts, which isn't a whole lot. I mean, you have the blue mail and all, but a lot of attacks here in Ganon's Tower from the traps and such end up doing a full heart regardless. Does decide to take the fire shield as a minuscule amount of extra safeties that'll give. Maybe on land moles too. I don't know if we'll see it be used anywhere else. Edium is... Oh, checking lamp block locations. He's over to Checkerboard Cave right now. He just really wants to go mode Swamp Palace, so he's trying to avoid it, but I don't know. If you can clear Crystal, you go do it. That's my philosophy anyway. Because even if the item you're looking for isn't there, you still get a Crystal out of it. Map and its vanilla location. Ganon's Tower here. Edium trying to mirror out of this area. There we go. As Godzilla heads down into the basement of Misery Mire, and Hydra grabs the mirror and is deciding to push on, just in case. My philosophy was go clear Pendant Knives. Now, alright. Alright, hold on a second here. Hold on. Just wait a minute. My philosophy in that situation was that there was an item in Ice Palace, and I'm pretty sure I speculated it to be the lamp. Not that it had to be the lamp. I'm pretty sure I speculated, though, to be the lamp. And it was the lamp. I also probably would have gotten it. And I probably would have laughed to myself like, well, that was stupid. Why did I do that? But I would have been in logic. That's the point. I wouldn't have had to do dark rooms, and that would have been a nice peace of mind. I might have been a little angry that I did Ice Palace for no other reason. Are runners allowed to watch for each other's streams? No, absolutely not. It wouldn't be too much of a race otherwise, in my opinion. Everyone is, however, running the same randomizer seed, so everyone will find everything in the same locations. But to keep the spirit of racing, the blind racing going on, they are not allowed to watch each other's streams now. Alright, there goes Vitreous for Godzilla. He's going to be heading up to Ganon's Tower here shortly. Frodo about to hop into Ice Armors here. Getting a little bit bullied by this anti-fairy. There's a fair bit of magic there. No key yet. Without the silver arrows, this is going to take a decent chunk out of the arrow count here, so... I mean, without the silvers it really doesn't matter. There's not really much to use arrows on after this, though we still do need at least 2 to get upstairs. And I say 2 because there's a pot with 5 arrows in the second room that requires arrows. It's not here, it's on the right side, or at least... Yeah, that's where it's got to be. Yeah, we didn't get any small keys here at the first dip through here. Those first 2 chests right there did not have small keys in them, so there really wasn't a way we could have checked this unless we did the unless we went left first into the Stolfos room and then went straight right. But who does that? Only silly people do that, right? Not me. How did Frodo get so far ahead? Frodo played very well. I think he nailed all of his dark rooms. Didn't have any issues with that. Even though he did go and clear Ice Palace and get the lamp out of there. Wait, yeah, he did. It still kind of worked out for him. He made right decisions and he played well. And there's our big key. In what was that? 20? Yeah, he also dipped out of Turtle Rock. If he had cleared Turtle Rock, him and Godzilla would be a lot closer right now, but as soon as he got the the mirror from the big chest in Turtle Rock, he was out. So that definitely saved him a bit of time. Unfortunately, I think he also checked a lot of mirror locations after that instead of going into Swamp Palace. But so the time gain from skipping Trinex was probably lost trying to find that extra thing before getting to Swamp Palace. He's getting bullied in this room. These Beamos are not playing nice. There we go. Yeah, that second room there with the mimics, there's a 5-arrow pot in there, so... Oh wait, did I say... No, I did mean 4. Did I say 2 earlier? No, I definitely meant 4 because it takes 2 arrows to kill the mimic, so... Never mind, I know what I meant to say. That's important. Hey, Eddie, just hit go mode with that bombless medallion. And Hydra will not be too far behind. Frodo heading into the gauntlet here. Has only 6 arrows left, so if he hopes to find the silvers in our last ditch attempt at the top of the thing here, he's going to need to pick up a couple more. And it does indeed do that. There's a couple arrow pots here in the Ascending Gauntlet. I think there's one after Moldorm 2 as well. Or Landmole 2. Yeah, right after Landmole 2 there's another 5-arrow pot, which is just enough. Because by that point you're not gonna need any more arrows. And speaking of Landmoles 2, here we come. Hydra looks like he's trying to make a last-ditch effort to be able to go mode Swamp Palace by checking out the Bombos tablet first to see if it is a vanilla Bombos. But it is not. No. Just bombs like everywhere else that was mirror locked. Nice red boomerang strat there for Godzilla. You see people use the blue boomerang because that's what you have in the NMG route in this game. You have the blue boomerang to do that, so that's the strats people know. But it's funny to see some red boomerang strats here and there. Alright, Godzira's just checking out for the big key. We know it's not going to be here. It's a pretty far distance away considering how the small key's laid out. Alright, Hydra goes into Swamp Palace right as Eddie M exits Swamp Palace. He's heading over to Meyer. Let's go finish up his last dungeon. Hey, I'm sorry. I just now saw the Swamp Palace hint there saying that the green pendant leads to bombs. Oh my gosh. No one else checked that, did they? That's our first time seeing that? I like the extra little swipe of the sword there. Yo, alright, so Frodo's actually using the fake powder glitch here. Yo, nice. Using the fake powder glitch to get full health before going into Moldorm 2. Finds 10 arrows in that chest. No silvers were up here. We did find the shovel. I suppose that could lead to silver arrows, but it's not really... No. There were not too many chests we didn't see. I'm starting to believe that it's either in... Where are the silvers? They've got to be in the Witch's Hut, it's the Mushroom Turn-In, it's the shovel, or it's in the tile room of GT, right? I think that's like the only things we didn't see. I guess there's a couple spots in Swamp House we also didn't see. We might be able to narrow it down a little bit when Ganon gives us the hint. Nice, probably triple there from Frodo. Oh, this one doesn't look so hot, though. Yeah, that was not a good layout of Ganon's. Aghanim's, not Ganon's. Yeah, I don't think anyone checked out the back area of Swamp. Someone might have checked the waterfall chest, but I don't think we saw like the two chests that were underneath water. The big chest of GT. Yeah, I suppose you're right there. That's a very rare... Oh, nice. That was kind of an awkward spin there for that last hit on Aghanim, but it worked out. Oh yeah, the magic bat. We never did find the powder. He's probably just going to say light world, and that'll still leave it as a mystery because there's still a couple spots. This mummy is not giving Godzilla much room to maneuver, and actually a little scary there. Only has one heart left, but I think he does have a fairy, so everything's fine. Alright, well there was the waterfall chest. It was just a compass. Alright, Frodo's on to Ganon. Hey, with as much firepower as we have, I don't think there's going to be an issue here. Oh, no. Tried for the little dash strats there. Oh, gosh. Takes death. That cape has a little bit of lag time when you switch to it where you can't actually use it unless you do a little item dash with it, I believe is how it works. The swap there a little too late. Yeah, those fire bats, even with the blue mail, they do 3 hearts of damage, so that's only a couple hits we can take. In fact, that's only 3 hits we can take with the amount of health that we start with here. There we go. I think he was trying to hookshot in or get in between the fire bats and just did the little dash strats to not get knocked back, but it just didn't work out. Alright, on to phase 3 here, but only has 1 heart left. And without silvers, it's going to have to be super careful on this last spot. Alright, where do we got? Did you find the arrows in Swamp Palace? Well, I don't think many people are going to be finding the silver arrows this seed. Alright, so phase 4 Ganon without the silver arrows. We're going to have to do 12 spins. I think Frodo has 2 in so far. There's number 3. You just kind of have to dodge the bats. There's a very small frame window where you can hit and damage Ganon as he's starting a teleport. People use... You don't have to use spin attacks, although the amounts of active frames that your sword has while it's spinning is much higher than it is when it's slashing, so it's a lot easier to hit it with the spins than it would be just slashes. We did see Hydra get a little bit more safety here, so that'll probably last in the rest of the game, which is good. We've already seen someone take a death to Ganon, and it seems like our heart amount for Ganon is not all that hot. And speaking of Ganon, Frodo takes care of Ganon, and it will be our first restreamed racer to finish. And Frodo has finished the race in 3rd place, in fact, with a 1:43.55. Congratulations. We did have Nidoriffic in 1st place, just 3 minutes earlier, about 4 minutes earlier, and then Artie Walsh took 2nd place with Frodo in 3rd, so congratulations. Alright, Godzilla on the tail end of the gauntlet heading up, about to fight Landmaul 2. Hydra is going to be grabbing his big key here in the Spike Room chest next, and Eddie M is heading up to GT himself. The lamp was in Ice Palace. Frodo mentioned in this comment that he made one really big mistake, and I'm gonna guess that was the entirety of Ice Palace. Yeah, there wasn't anything in there of value except that lamp, but if you can do dark rooms, that's a good place to be able to skip. I'm not sure if Frodo will be joining us for an interview or not. We'll leave that up to him if he wants to. People are not required to come and talk to us at all. It's just totally on them. And it's super okay if they don't want to. Godzilla had a little bit of a tussle there with the fire bar, I think. It's gonna have to take a little bit of an awkward route here. Being able to get all this. Oh, no microphone. I see. That's super fine. No problem there. Yeah, Frodo, now that you're in chat here, we can actually give a small bit of a interview here. Yeah, you had like the main, after finding the Canis Mari and the Dark Rumored Pod, we were like, man, there's got to be something in Turtle at this point, because the lamp is probably an ice palace at this point. And sure enough it was, and sure enough you went and found it too. Little unfortunate. I assumed that was the mistake you were talking about in your comment, was just going to Ice Palace at all. Even though you did do that, you finished just like barely 4 minutes behind first place, so I still think that's still really well. Alright, Hydra takes care of Vitreous. We'll be heading up to Ganon's Tower shortly. Edium is also going to take the small safety that the Fire Shield gives. You thought Mirror and Ice Palace? Yeah, when I saw you go there, I was thinking that he must think that it's going to be Bombos or Mirror there that's going to end up leading to the lamp, but yeah, well, I just figured that's the way it turned out, huh? It also appeared that you skipped a fair number of hints as well. There were a lot of hints that you kind of walked on past, but it didn't seem to affect you too much. Everything still kind of worked out. The bombs and Mimic. Yeah. There were a lot of bombs left behind Mirror, and you found a lot of them. Probably all of them, in fact. Looking for bombos, but it's nothing but bombs. Oh, Godzilla down to actually just 1 heart. That's a little bit scary. I believe that these shots do a full heart always. I might be wrong on that. Either way, it's still a bit scary. Oh, jeez, watch out. You don't know all the hint locations? Yeah, that's understandable. There are quite a few of them, and it's just something it's kind of... It's still new, right? It's kind of expected that not everyone knows them. It's just something that you're gonna have to... that everyone's gonna have to just start remembering to do, and... It doesn't become muscle memory that quickly. I mean, eventually it will be, but no matter how long you've been playing, it depends on how long you've been playing this. The muscle memory just says, hey, do this motion to get through this room, but now suddenly, well, this whole room I have to do differently every single time now because I want to check this hint. Alright, Godzilla does end up getting past Aghanim 2, thankfully does not take a death on them, but is now at 1 heart on Ganon, which is probably a little scarier. Are we going to go with Cape Strats to dodge this for sure? No, we are just going in there. Oh, jeez, watch out. Hook shot. Whoa, watch out, fire. Best commentary right here on Speed Gaming 3. Yeah, while you're using the hook shot, you are invincible, so definitely putting that to good use there, dodging those fire bats completely. Yeah, the boots and flute and escape were pretty great. I also thought the Swamp Palace hint was also pretty funny because no one's getting those. I did enjoy your idea to skip Trinex and just gamble that the Bombos was elsewhere. It was really brave, I thought. I probably would have went all the way to Laser Bridge and Trinex personally. But hey, it paid off. You saved a good amount of time with that. Fortunately, you lost a little bit doing like all the mirror checks before heading to Swamp Palace, but it's randomizer how it goes. Nice on Godzilla to wait a second there, be able to get 3 spins for this light phase rather than just the normal 2. In fact, it was good to wait because I think otherwise you might have actually lit the torch right as Ganon was on top of him, and that would not have been nice. Yeah, I figured that might have been the case. The Ice Palace play might have made you feel a little bit behind. Whew, Godzilla does the entirety of the Ganon fight with just one heart. Gotta be feeling really nice about that. Will be our second player on the restream to finish. Godzilla takes 6th place with a 150.46. Hayfield Bay came in 4th, AK Drizzt came in 5th, and then Godzilla just now with 6th. There weren't too many people in this race. Just 9, I believe. Is that right? Can I count to 9? Yeah, this is just a 9-person race, so not all that big. There's a lot of players doing their tournament races since that's been going on. Yeah, nice relaxing Friday. Oh, Godzilla is here. Hello, hi, how are you? Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
So, were you thrilled about finding the lamp or not?
I'm always thrilled about finding a lamp. I think that's my favorite item to find, to be honest.
Even if you have to go into Pendant Ice Palace for nothing else?
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's fine. The peace of mind is always great. Can help with logic too, considering that the Samaria was locked behind the lamp.
Yeah. Obviously, I didn't make a lot of great calls there, but I finished in, I'd say, a half decent amount of time considering.
Hey, anything below sub 2 hours I'm okay with, personally. Not every seed is gonna be like a 130 seed or whatever like that, so I think consistent sub 2 is like one of the kind of a staple here. If you can get that, you are playing well, in my opinion. And indeed, we did see that from you.
Unfortunately, execution was not that great, but what can I do?
That happens. I think execution's probably one of my weakest parts too. I was having a little trouble keeping track of 4 people, so I'm not exactly sure on any specific issues you might have had, honestly.
Yeah, to be honest, I forget about most of the bad stuff that happened, but
Yeah, just gotta put it out of your head and keep going, really. Oh, I took a death right there. Well, better jump right in. Just forget it all happened.
yeah, as long as I finish, I think that's my biggest goal anyways. I know during the qualifiers, I know I made one real bad mistake forgetting that there was a key in Swamp that you can access the rest of the dungeon with, so that was kind of embarrassing, but it was funny to find out after.
It's those small mistakes that are like, you know, the big obvious mistakes are the ones that you'll never happen again, right? I mean, forgetting a location, that happens to everyone, but well, who knows? Maybe you'll forget about something super obvious one time, and then you just gotta laugh it off at that point because it happens to everyone.
I sure hope so, anyways.
Don't worry. Just the other day, I forgot about King's Tomb. It was that held the hook shot, and I ended up placing probably 30-40 minutes past my opponent. So don't worry about it.
So probably one of the plus sides is one of the hints was, or Tower told you about the chest or whatever that you unlocked from the Smiths, so that was nice.
Yeah, there were a decent amount of useful hints. We had a big bomb hint. We had that hint of the purple chest. We had a Hera basement hint, though I think by the time we found that, everyone was already through Hera. The hint in Swamp Palace told about the green pendant, but probably by the time you walked into Swamp Palace, you weren't about to go do the green pendant.
Yeah. Well, I think
Bombos.
Yeah, I think Bombos was on the bottom or something. Sorry, as soon as I got that, I left or went to do the boss.
Yeah, we saw it on the bottom, and I think it was everyone's go mode item, and I think you'd be pretty hard pressed for it not to be your go mode item this seed. Unless
Yeah,
silver is something you need.
yeah. I think, well, when I was thinking if I find them on the way, like I'll check chests on the way, but that's about it.
Yeah, we've had everyone pretty much fully clear Ganon's tower, right? The key being so late. And then upstairs, I think, was checked by everyone as well.
Yeah, I just have this. I just always check full or left side. I'll check the 2 chests and then I'll go left, or I guess west or whatever.
I'm not sure if anyone checked the flooded chests in the back half of Swamp Palace, the ones that you south of the waterfall room. I'm not sure if anyone checked those, and obviously no one checked the left side either. So there were still a decent amount of places that they could have been in Swamp Palace, but just no one found them. Probably on the left side.
Yeah, I should probably do the spin strat anyways. Getting spoiled with the silver arrows.
Oh yeah, you kind of nailed the Ganon fight. You went in there with 1 heart and had no issues nailing everything.
Yeah, I think if I had a tempered sword, I probably would have died. But even if I had a tempered sword, I probably would have went in with 1 heart anyways. It's at the point where like if I die, like I'm not really worried about the time right now.
Mm-hmm. Did you have any safeties or anything? I don't remember.
I had a fairy, but I used it.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
having
congratulations.
having the butter sword makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, I'll say you don't have to do anything fancy to get the 1 cycle per phase there, which is actually pretty scary, especially during the phase 2 with the fire bat circle. That one's pretty scary, which is tempered if you're going in there with with 1 heart. Alright, Edium is hopping into the Ganon fight here. Has a couple more than 1 heart. And I believe might have a safety. The bottle I could see there was closed. Or empty, not really. It's probably closed too, I would hope so.
Part of the reason why I was checking the chest too, I was looking for, I guess either sank heart or a quarter heart that would refill my HP or health bar or whatever.
Yeah, we saw Frodo. He actually did fake powder in the pre-Moldorm 2 chest. We found some use out of that mushroom out of Swamp Palace. He ended up using fake powder to fill up his health there. It was actually pretty clever.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, the fake powder glitch that activates the bat using Samaria and the mushroom. You can actually use that to powder anything.
You'll have to use that next time I'm 1 heart going in again, or just block the tree or something.
Yeah, it's pretty rare to need to do that, but it worked out here. Alright, Edium is on to the last phase again with no silver arrows, and didn't get the torch glitch, but I think that's fine with half magic and... Wait, does Edium have the lamp? Oh, Edium might not have the lamp. Okay, that might be a little bit scarier then. I hope he has some sort of magic potion if things happen to go downhill. Oh, geez, that was really close. Whew. Alright, so one thing to know about Ganon is that these fire bats always knock you the opposite direction you're moving. So if you think you're gonna get hit, if you know you're gonna get hit, stand still. You won't go anywhere. And I think that's what Edium just did there to avoid getting knocked into the hole potentially right there. It was actually really close. Starting to run out of magic. Oh no, gets a blue hit. It's got to be pretty close to the end here, but there's not. Oh no! Shoots both fire rod shots the same way. Has a blue potion. Okay, never mind. We're fine. All the anxiety's gone. I think this left torch might go out before the spin, yeah. Indeed, Hydropower is right behind Edium here, heading into Ganon, but Edium has quite the head start. Should be finishing up shortly. Oh, jeez. This guy has way too much health. Nah, he's just had some... Edium's just had some scary moments and hasn't been able to get 2 swings in every time. There we go. No problem, right?
Slow and steady.
Yeah, it all worked out. Alright, Hydropower getting that torch glitch is not going to have an issue here. I believe Hydropower also has at least a blue potion, because I remember them going to the shop before, the potion shop, I think he went there before Meyer, so I would assume it still has at least 1 safety potion. Oh yeah, there's a blue right there on the menu screen. Edium speedrunning the credits here, gonna get to the important stats here as quickly as possible. Oh, barely misses that one. Should be pretty close. He's been trying for the 3 swing per teleport. Oh, that one released a little bit early. Ew. A little bit too closer to the fire.
I think I need practice on this 3.
Oh, I definitely do too. It's pretty tight timing. It's at some points you can light the torch and then Ganon will sometimes he'll like do a small flicker before the teleport so you can realize it and you know you can actually like react to it. And then sometimes he'll just immediately disappear, and I haven't really determined myself if you can tell which will happen. Having a little trouble getting these last few hits in. Thankfully he has plenty of health left to take a bit of a beating. There we go, just needed 1 more after all that. Oh, I didn't realize Edium joined us. Hey, how are you doing? Congratulations.
Oh, I didn't like that seed very much.
Well, at least you didn't find the lamp, right? That was an ice palace. You didn't want to go there.
Yeah, that was the one dungeon I did not touch. I went into desert because I thought there was an item on Land Molus. I got a map.
Oh.
And then I got bombs from the green pendant. If I knew there was only 1 item, I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I think it was the Titan Smiths that everyone found in there right away, and then I think there were just arrows or something in the big chest.
Yeah, I forgot about those arrows. So for some reason, I just was certain there was an item on Land Molus, so I was thinking I was going back there for 2 items.
I see. I thought it was just the ultimate gamble for the green pendant to be something, but oh well. Did you check out the Swamp Palace hint while you were there?
I did. Well, maybe I forgot it.
Oh
no, actually, I didn't.
You didn't check it? Okay, it's talking about the bombs on Sasha.
Oh,
of course, right?
No, I think I didn't check it because, I think when I passed by there, I was like, oh, I don't have the mirror, I can't check that. And then later I was like, wait, you don't need the mirror. But or maybe it was. Oh no, it was because I had the blacksmith with me. I don't think he likes going in there.
Oh yeah, no, he wouldn't like that at all. Yeah, it can be a little tricky. It's such an accessible hint to check when you're down in that area, but
yeah,
it's like just barely far away. It's just barely far away where you don't want to walk down there, or you probably have the blacksmith in tow by that time or something. It's a little difficult to get it early.
This was kind of a strange seed to get the boots and the flute right out of Escape.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. We saw a lot of people run. You don't usually do that, so you feel like you're going to get a lot of bonks in Escape because you're not used to dashing around there yet.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't feel like I routed terribly well, but I don't know. This was a weird seed. A lot of items were in kind of out of the way locations.
Yeah. There was, of course, the hammer came quickly enough, which unlocked a bunch of stuff. Ice Palace only had the lamp in it, which of course led to Samaria, which you did find, and then Turtle Rock, and then whatever at that point.
Yeah.
It figures that one of the dungeons I see people like to go in the least amount, which is Ice Palace, happens to have like an optional but really good item in the lamp. It was just lucky that it was just optional at that point because, you know, everyone had the fire rod.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I've practiced the minor dark rooms because that one was pretty difficult sometimes. It's a lot easier with an invincibility item, though.
Mm-hmm. And meanwhile, Hydra did end up finishing in 8th place with a 2:03, just after Edium in 7th. Only about 2 minutes apart, the two of you were. Hydra will not be joining us, so that'll be almost about it. We'll get some credits and stats drawn through for Hydra here, though.
I was really hungry towards the end of the race, so I need to go eat something.
Oh man, I know how that is.
All right, well, thanks for running the race, commentating, tracking, restreaming.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah, I know
you
it's
for playing for us.
kind of a hectic getting it started, but no, I'm glad it went.
Yeah, me too. Thank you everyone for coming out, and thank you for doing our little post interview here. Have a lot of fun.
All right. I suppose I'll bow out then if you don't have anything else to say.
Alrighty. No, that's all from me. Take care. Go eat food. Have a good day.
Yeah. Okay. See you later.
Alright, see ya. Did I track? No, I did not track. We had our trackers today. Sinhi and Haiku Type were our trackers. And thank you to them.
All right, it was like the one-man show.
That's alright.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Thanks for the commentating and thanks to the trackers. I'm gonna go do something else. I'm not sure what, but
You can go wait too if you want to. We're not gonna tell you you can't.
yeah, that's definitely in the works. I don't know now or later, but
Alright.
maybe I'll see you at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, maybe. I might. I haven't actually jumped in a big race recently, so I might end up doing that.
All right, I'll take it easy. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, take care. Well, I think that just might be about it for this stream anyway. Let me check the old speed gaming schedule. Maybe I can tell you what's coming up. We've got, imagine that, there is some Link to the Past Randomizer going on soon. There is a tournament race, a standard swordless hard, it looks like, starting on Speed Gaming 1. Other than that, it might be another hour or so before anything else starts up. We've got some more Zelda, some Octopath, Final Fantasy 1, Final Fantasy 4, Paper Mario, TTYD, Donkey Kong Country. Though there's a lot of speed gaming content coming up tonight, and frankly every day. There is never any dull moment here on Speed Gaming. Thank you all for coming out and watching. I had a lot of fun. It's a little hectic doing 4 people at once, but I think we did pretty okay. Yo, there's a speed gaming schedule. You can go look at the same thing I'm looking at and determine what you want to watch today. But yeah, I guess more Zelda. Go to Speed Gaming 1. It's a swordless hard mode going on for the big old tournament happening. And in fact, there are a lot of tournament races because everyone's got to do a lot of races. A lot of Zelda out there. Alright, I think I'm going to duck out, so thank you all for watching. I'm not sure if we're going to cut right now or maybe let the credits finish on Hydra's screen, but either way, I'm going to dip out. Have a good day, everyone.